isolated showers in the far north, fresh winds about the coast, 20 degrees in Adelaide. For Western Australia, fine and warm in the south. The trough is still triggering areas of rain from the Gascoyne up to the Kimberley, but a hot day in Perth with a top of 32 degrees, and it is about to get hotter. We'll have showers also around the western border of the territory. 34 degrees in Darwin, still very hot for Kununurra, 41. Tomorrow, a sunny day in Canberra and Perth, clearing showers in Hobart and Adelaide, and a possible afternoon storm for Darwin as you head for a top of 34 degrees. We'll be keeping an eye on Perth as that temperature rises. Virginia and Michael.
Vanessa, thanks so much. Now, lots to talk about this morning. We've been asking for your comments on the potential demise of Holden manufacturing, car manufacturing in this country, as we hear from the Holden chief in the front of the Productivity Commission this morning. Vinny says, how can a country of 22 million support a car industry, especially when tax benefits encourage people to buy foreign?
Roberts, GM can put the whole issue to bed by announcing one way or another. If they've decided to close in 2016, they should be required to put in place a whole raft of retraining and reskilling programs for their many employees.
Paul says this week's Time magazine on page 9, the Mexico pay rate for car manufacturers is $2.50 an hour. All Holden and other manufacturers need to tell Australians if they're prepared to work for less than $2.50 an hour, then they'll keep their jobs.
Jofra, if the company was Australian, I'd consider supporting them, but GM is a $150 billion global company. Giving money to them, he reckons, is simply ridiculous.
So do keep those comments coming, and we'll be crossing back to our reporter who's on the spot there outside of the Productivity Commission for some updates on what Mike Devereaux has been saying. Cameras were allowed in right at the beginning of that session to hear the opening remarks by the Vice-Chairman of the Commission, but we'll be able to get some a sense of what Mike Devereaux has been saying from inside the Commission.
And a reminder as well that tonight News 24 will bring you live coverage of the National Memorial Service for Nelson Mandela. There'll be speeches from South African President Jacob Zuma, as well as leaders from around the world, including the US President Barack Obama. Coverage begins on News 24 at 8 o'clock tonight, Australian Eastern Daylight Time.
And of course, we'll have highlights for you tomorrow morning on ABC News Breakfast as well.
Now, stay with us on ABC News Breakfast. We can say goodbye to our viewers on Australia Network. We can also say goodbye forever to our viewers in the Greater Melbourne area watching us on Analog TV, because in about 2.5 minutes you're being switched off for good, unless you have a... That's a hint of what's to come. It's not good, is it? So go and get a digital set-top box or a digital TV, otherwise you'll miss our smiling faces.
I don't know, it was nice and peaceful for a few seconds there. It's worth considering.
Soprano style.
As the world pays its respects to the life of Nelson Mandela, join ABC News 24 to honour the icon who, in death, is once more uniting the globe. Tonight, commemorate his achievements at the official memorial service in Johannesburg. Then on Sunday, join us for one of the largest state funerals the world has seen. For complete live coverage of these major events, turn to ABC News 24.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please be upstanding?
I, Stephen Fry, do solemnly declare...
He's been given the keys, but what does it mean?
I want to penetrate the City of London. It's both ancient and modern, and it's very exciting.
Join Stephen Fry on a unique tour of the City of London as he unlocks the city's quirks, history and mysteries.
All about money, it's all about trade.
It's an absolute miracle.
Stephen Fry's Key to the City, tonight, 8:30, ABC One.
On the next Opening Shot doc,
I held on to it for 22 years with not telling anybody.
there are those who've experienced it
My secret shame, I guess.
and those who've been kept in the dark.
Why did they do that? How did they do that? How could I not have seen?
But why does abuse happen in the first place?
I would tell myself that if she didn't remember it, it wouldn't hurt her.
Brave young filmmakers tackling the tough and the taboo.
What kind of person does that?
Opening Shot, Little Secret, tomorrow on ABC2. Everything that's happening
People are white hot angry.
and everything that's not.
I'm doubtful that we're actually being told the truth.
This is Groundhog Day.
Well, if it's Groundhog Day, they might be singing until next Christmas or the Christmas after, mightn't they?
When the message is murky,
It's been a complete disaster politically for the government.
freshen it up with a different approach.
Changing its rhetoric a little bit and experimenting with a few different positions.
The Drum, weeknights, ABC News 24.
Holden puts its case to the Productivity Commission for more government subsidies.
This doesn't have to be a moment for Holden. What we do need to do is to make the Australian economy
more competitive.
A man to face court over the murder of a couple in their Melbourne home.
Security tight as world leaders arrive in South Africa to honour Nelson Mandela.
This is an occasion to celebrate a great life as well as to mourn the passing of the father of modern South Africa.
And next up, Perth, Australia plans to take back the Ashes on the bouncy WACA pitch.
Good morning and welcome back to ABC News Breakfast. I'm Michael Rowland.
And I'm Virginia Trioli, and this is our top story today. Holden's Managing Director Mike Devereaux is appearing before the Productivity Commission in Melbourne to put his case for continued government assistance.
The Holden chief won't be making any announcement on the car maker's future, but there has been growing speculation that Holden is planning to shut its Australian operations by 2016.
Our political reporter Andrew Green